Hi everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. Is that what we're called?
Our Crazy Life Scotland.
Yeah. Welcome to... I forgot what we're called. Hi everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. It's Fiona here and this is going to be a favourites video. Now, I apologise if the dogs start having a carry on in the background. I don't know what's up with them, they're just hyper. And it started already. Anyway, I enjoy watching favourites videos here on YouTube, but I've never actually filmed one for my channel. So I thought I would film one as part of Vlogust, and if you enjoy it, I might do it more regularly. Maybe not on a monthly basis, but just every now and again when I've got things I'm really enjoying. Now, if you watch my channel, you will know it'll come as no surprise, there won't be any beauty product in here. Because does this look like someone who uses beauty products? There might be in the future, that's all I'm saying, but at the moment there's not. And so the closest thing I've got to that is a smelly product. Not smelly for the person, but smelly for the clothes. It is the Lenore UNSTOPABLES. Now, I've mentioned before that we've had problems in this house since we moved in. At first it just seemed to smell of old people, and then there was a smell that we just can't get rid of, and it seems that there's damp coming from the basement and it's causing our clothes, even when they're freshly washed and hung up, to smell a bit funky. So nothing that I had tried was making any difference, and it was really frustrating me. And I did try the Unstoppables before, but it didn't really make that much difference, and it was really expensive. But when I saw these in B&M bargains the other day, they were £1 cheaper than Asda. I can't remember how much. I think it was maybe £3 for this big one. That's the 285 grams. And I thought, that's not too bad. I'm going to give it another go. And this is the active odour shield technology smell. And basically all you do is you put a capful of the little beads in the washing machine before you put your washing in, and it's meant to make them smell nice. Now, not only does this make our clothes smell nice, but it actually makes the utility room smell nice when the clothes are drying. So this is definitely a win-win for me. Hopefully it's going to make a difference when I've not been using it that long. So I'm hoping that clothes that have maybe been in the wardrobe for a few days or a week or so before we put them on are still going to be smelling nice and not smelling damp and funky. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying these. But I would advise, if you can, buy them from somewhere like B&M's or Home Bargains, because they're definitely cheaper than the main grocery stores. So that's my first favourite. My second favourite, I should have said actually, there's not going to be any set categories to these videos. It's just going to be a case of what I'm loving at the time. There might be 3 of one thing and 1 of another and none of another. And does that make sense? Yeah, just get on with it, Fiona. So, a food product that I am loving just now, and it was in one of my videos recently, the keto smoothie video, is the Fuel peanut butter. Now, I love this because it is obviously in a squeezy pouch, which makes it so much easier to use rather than a jar. You can just squeeze it into your tablespoon instead of actually having to dig the spoon in. It's much easier. It also has only got roasted peanuts and sea salt in it, nothing else. There's no palm oil, there's no sugar, there's no nastiness, just peanuts and sea salt. And that is a good thing for anybody, but especially me on the keto diet. So yeah, it's a good source of protein. It comes, or I've seen it in 3 different flavours. There's the normal, which is this. There's the seeded one, which has got sunflower seeds and chia seeds and something else in it, I think. That is also keto friendly. And there's a chocolate version, but that's not keto friendly because it's got coconut sugar in it. And I will try to put the price on the screen. I'll need to look it up. I can't remember how much it was. It was Asda that I got it in, but you'll probably get it at loads of other places as well. So that's the Fuel peanut butter. I'm loving it in my smoothies, or if I'm feeling peckish, just a tablespoon of this on its own is so good. Now, my mum isn't a peanut butter lover, she's never liked it, but she really likes this, and I think it's because it is literally peanuts and salt. So yeah, excellent product this. And I can't talk about food without talking about drink. You're never going to guess what's coming up next, are you? If you watch my channel, you're never going to guess. Yeah, you are. Jordan Skinny Syrups. Love, love, love the stuff. So many different flavours, so versatile, it's amazing. I use these in my normal coffee, in my iced coffee, in my keto smoothies. I use them. Yesterday I added the banana one to some natural yogurt to make it like a sort of nice banana flavour, and that was really nice. So they are so versatile, fantastic. You can use them making pancakes and all sorts of different things. Now you get loads and loads and loads of different flavours. Salty caramel is my absolute favourite. The lady in TK Maxx helped the girls out getting me this on Saturday, and she's actually picked up salty caramel mocha, which isn't as good, but it's okay. You get, like I said, the banana, you get fruity ones, you get mermaid flavour, and what was the other one? There was a mermaid and there was another cocktail-y type one. There's loads and loads. Now, you can get them, the cheapest place to get them is in TK Maxx. But when you go into TK Maxx, it's a hit or a miss as to how many they've got or what flavours they've got. But in TK Maxx, they are $3.99. If you want to get them online, you can get them from Amazon, but they're extortionate. One of the best places to go to is the website TRKG. I'll try to remember to link that down below. And I think they're normally about £5 or $5.99, but they sometimes do deals. I got a deal recently that was if you buy 4, you got 1 free. But obviously you're having to pay postage as well, so it's not ideal. But if you want the full range of flavours, you will get them on that website. The other good thing about these is they are 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 everything, and they're sweetened with sucralose. So not only are they good on the keto diet, but you can also use them when you're fasting. That's the other way I use them. I add them to my sparkling water with some ice, just any of the flavours, really, really good. The caramel and vanilla ones tend to go a wee bit like cream soda, if you've ever had a can of cream soda. The coconut one is lovely, it's a wee bit like Malibu without the alcohol. So loads of different ways of using it. But yes, when I'm in my fasting period, I add them to sparkling water because I know that the sucralose in it won't affect my glucose or insulin, so it won't break my fast. Definitely my favourite product of the year at the moment, I would say, never mind just now. So Skinny Syrups. Now while we're on the same line as the Skinny Syrups, I did mention my iced coffee, so it was only fair to mention my other favourite of the moment, which is the Little's Island Coconut Coffee. Really, really enjoy this. You get so many different flavoured coffees out there, and I do like most of them, but I really, really enjoy this one. Now again, Little's do make coffees in a whole load of different flavours. Does it say on here? Nope, doesn't say, but there's no sugar added, so it's okay on keto, and the flavour is really, it's subtle but nice. You can get them online again, but then you're paying postage. I have found them in our local sorry, well, I just stood on Abby. I found them on our local Waitrose, and they're £3 per jar. I'm not sure if you can get them anywhere else in any stores, but I know you can get them on Little's website, but again, you're paying for postage. Now that's all of the physical things that I've got to show you, but the rest of the products, of the rest of the things that I'm talking about, I will put a little picture up on the screen while I'm talking about them, because I'm now going to go on and talk about TV. And yes, we're late to the party at both of the programmes that I'm going to talk about, but I still need to talk about them anyway because I love them. So my first one will not be any surprise probably, but it is Stranger Things. For anyone who doesn't know what Stranger Things is, get out from that rock you've been living under, because it's fantastic. It's a sci-fi based programme, which I didn't watch the first series at first because I'm not into sci-fi, I can't get my head around it. But, well, I get down. But with all the hype that was going on about it, we decided to watch it, and we sat down and watched it as a family. Brooke was addicted from the very first episode, and it's basically a bunch of kids who discover weird things going on in their town, and I don't really want to say too much. It leads them to a place called the Upside Down, and a rather strange monster that starts taking over, and a young girl called Elle who appears, and it's just fantastic, really good. The first series was brilliant. The second series was, it was okay. We watched it, we enjoyed it, but to be honest, when I was getting ready to watch the third series, I couldn't really remember an awful lot about the second series. Could you, Abby?
Yeah.
Could you? Oh, it's maybe just me.
Yeah.
And the third series we've just finished watching, it's just out, and it was so good. It's on Netflix if you don't already know, and it is really, really good. The third series, I'm not going to say how it ends. It is sad, everybody knows it's sad. I'm not really saying anything that I shouldn't with that. However, the very, very end of it has left it so that they can make another series if they want to, but if they don't, we're satisfied that we know what's happened, if you know what I mean. It's definitely ended in a good way, that it makes sense if they don't make another series, but it makes sense if they do. Now, whether or not they do, I would imagine will depend on how popular this series has been, and also how much Millie Bobby Brown is getting, because for the first series, I think,
200.
was it not just like 25k or something?
Oh yeah, it was like that, and then now it's like 250.
Yeah, I think for the first series, I think she was getting something like $25,000 an episode. Now she's the main character, she plays Elle, and in the third series she was getting like $250,000 an episode. So yeah, it's actually worked out very expensive for them.
No, because it gets made up with sales, because it's a really popular thing.
Yeah. Yeah, as Abby's saying, the reason that they are giving her that is because there's a lot of sales, a lot of people are getting Netflix just for that, and there's a lot of merchandise out there as well. But whether or not they'll go for another one, I don't know. And Winona Ryder is in it as well. Anyone out there who's sort of my age will remember Winona Ryder from a lot of the films in the sort of late 80s, early 90s. And she was a great actress, she still is, but she looks so different in the Stranger Things. So that is a really good series. Full series of Stranger Things from series 1, episode 1 to the last episodes of series 3 is still available on Netflix. So if you've not watched it, go and watch it. Please excuse all the noises in the background while I keep standing on Abby. And I'll tell you, she's not the fattest dog in the world, but it hurts when she stands on you. Right, so that's my first TV programme. My second one, again, it's an older programme, but we're really just getting back into it, and that is The Blacklist. Now, The Blacklist is basically James Spader plays a guy called Red, or Raymond Reddington, and he's like the most wanted man in America by the FBI. And he basically ends up working with the FBI to try to solve other crimes. But his acting is amazing. Just the way his nonchalance when he's in a scene is just fantastic. Really, really brilliant acting. And the other guy that's in it, there's a guy who plays Tom Keane. He's in the one of the quite recent Amazon programs called New Amsterdam, which is about a hospital. He plays a doctor in that. So it is a good cast, and basically there's a lot going on. There's a sort of trying to catch the bad guys element of it. The FBI working with this most wanted guy. Hello, Brooke. And there is also sort of background between the characters, as there always is in these programmes. But there's a lot going on with the lead female character, who is the reason that Red comes to help them. There seems to be some relationship between Red and this character, and we don't know whether he's her dad or whether he's some sort of relative, but they keep leaving little clues. Basically, we don't know who her mum and dad are, but there keeps being sort of little clues here and there, and it's brilliant. I've not explained it very well, but if you haven't started watching it, please do. Now, the reason that I've just started talking about it now is we did start watching it years ago on Sky when we were in our old house, because we could get Sky there. However, here we can't get Sky because of the trees, we can't get a signal. So we had forgot all about it. But then we got a free trial of Now TV when Game of Thrones was on, because Jack wanted to watch the last series of that. And it was so good that we ended up just keeping it. So we've still got Now TV, and the Blacklist is available on that. So that's how we're watching it. We've just finished watching season 3 of it. And I have to say, the cliffhanger in that is one of the best cliffhangers I've seen in any programme. And we can't wait to start season 4. I think there's either 6 or 7 seasons altogether, so we've got quite a lot to keep watching, but yeah, really enjoying it. So if you've got either Sky or Now TV, I would definitely recommend watching The Blacklist. Fantastic programme. Now on to film. There's not a lot of films that I've seen recently. There's a lot of films that I want to see. I'm so jealous of Tracy, the Mad Scots lass, because she's been to see all the recent films like The Lion King and Aladdin and all of these films that I'm just desperate to see. Toy Story 4, the kids have seen that as well, and I've not. Yeah, so there's loads of those that I'm desperate to see, and I'm not surprised that a lot of them are people's favourites just now. However, my favourite at the moment is a Netflix original. It stars Adam Sandler, who I love his films, and Jennifer Aniston, who I also really like, especially when she was in Friends, because I was a huge Friends addict. But the film is called Murder Mystery, and it basically is what it says it is. Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler go on a honeymoon years after they were actually married, because Adam Sandler's been too tight to actually pay for a decent honeymoon for them. And when they're away, they get invited to stay on a luxury yacht, and they go there and someone gets murdered, and then they get accused of it, so they set about trying to find out who actually did the murder. Does that make sense? Who actually committed the murder? Thanks, Abby. So yeah, they make it their goal to find out who it was so they can get their name cleared. It is so funny. It's very Cluedo-like, and it's tongue-in-cheek, as all Adam Sandler's films are, but really light-hearted and definitely worth watching.
Is it funny?
It is funny, yeah.
Watch it with you.
Yeah, you can watch it. I don't know what rating it is, but it's fine for kids as well. There's nothing in it really that kids, wouldn't watch. And yeah, really, really funny. We kind of half guessed some of it, but there's a couple of good twists at the end. So yeah, definitely if you've got Netflix and you've not seen it, Murder Mystery is a great film. Right, I'm almost done. Books is my second last category. I don't read books, I listen to books. I like to listen to books on Audible because, first of all, if I try to read a book, I fall asleep, and second of all, I'm quite often up a lot through the night, so if I put a light on to read a book, Jack wouldn't be overly pleased, so I put my headphones on and listen to books. Now, one of the books I finished recently, and I don't read an awful lot of non-fiction books, but this one is amazing. It's called Any Way You Can by Dr. Annette Bosworth. Now, it's basically her real story about her mum battling cancer and how she used the ketogenic diet to actually help her with her treatment. Now, she got her mum onto it, and she also went on it herself because she didn't want to put her mum on something that she wouldn't do. And so it's very informative about the keto diet if you're interested in it at all, but the actual story about how it helps her mum and the different doctors' opinions and things like that is really, really interesting. A very, very good story, a good book to listen to or to read. So yeah, that's a really, really good book. Okay, Clyde, if that's not your thing, the book that I'm currently reading just now, I'm about halfway through it, but I'm really enjoying it. It's one of these books that gets me thinking about it all day. Every now and again something will flash into my mind. And it's called I Thought I Knew You by Penny Hancock. Again, I'm listening to it on Audible. And it's basically about two families who are very close. Sorry about the dogs. The two women of the families have known each other since they were at university. They've been practically inseparable, and they now live in the same village. And one of the women has got a daughter, and the other woman has got a son. So the kids were basically brought up together. The families are great, they all get on great, the women confide in each other for everything. Until one day, the young daughter of one of the ladies accuses the son of the other lady of raping her. And obviously, the mum of the daughter believes her daughter, and the mum of the son believes that her son wouldn't do such a thing, and it basically rips them apart. And the whole thing is about how it affects their friendship, but it's also, you don't know for sure whether he did or didn't, so you're getting it from both sides. It's a bit like He Said, She Said, if you've read that. You're getting it from both sides, you're not sure who to believe, but it is heart-wrenching how it affects each family, whether he did or didn't do it. The whole thing just affects each family in such a way. It is heart-wrenching. And I can't wait to find out how it actually finishes. I'm so enjoying it. So if you like that sort of thing and you're looking for a book to read, that is I Thought I Knew You by Penny Hancock. The beginning of it, I was kind of put off slightly because the mother of the boy is a very feminist woman and she's all for women's rights and things like that. And the way she was talking, I thought, oh, is this what it's going to be about? Because, yeah, I'm all for women's rights, but I don't like people that go on about it all the time. But it's not that. Please ignore that, get past that if you're not into that sort of thing, because once you really get into the story, it's so good. So that's my book. And the last thing that I want to talk about is a YouTube channel, and I did mention it on one of my vlogs a few months ago, and that is Nadia Sawalha of the telly. Now, Nadia used to do Wanted Down Under, and she does Loose Women. She's a fantastic presenter, but the vlogs that they do are amazing. They do family vlogs, like weekend vlogs, they do just general in the home vlogs. They do green fingered vlogs, which is Nadia's husband Mark and his mum doing the garden. I don't watch those because I'm not into gardening. But they also do podcasts which they film for YouTube and they put on iTunes, and they do how to stay married so far, so things, big issues that have affected them in their relationship and how they get over it, and also confessions of teenage parents or confessions of modern parents, something like that. And it's basically when they talk about big issues that they face with their teenage daughters and how to best handle them. And I've found them really, really useful, hadn't I, Abby? Abby's found a huge difference in the way that I interact with her since I've been watching those podcasts. But just in general, they also do film reviews, movie reviews. They're very, very knowledgeable on a lot of the films that they review, and they also talk about different TV series, and they give their, sometimes they do it live, like when Love Island was on, they did live chats talking about Love Island that night. And other times they'll watch it and then they'll come on and give their opinion of it. And yeah, they're just excellent. They do, there's something for everybody in there, and it's hilarious to watch them. It really is. And Nanny Di, who is Mark's mum, is just brilliant. She reminds me so much of my mum in that she's as mad as a hatter, but so nice, so loving, and would do anything for anybody. She's also a lesbian feminist, which is hilarious as well because they're always going on about that. But yeah, so Nadia Sawalha, I will link her below. Please go and watch her. I know a lot of you already do, but she is brilliant. There's something for everybody there. And that is all of my favourites today. You'll be glad to hear since I'm about half an hour in. I hope you have enjoyed this type of video. If so, please let me know. Let me know down below what you're loving as well, especially books and films and TV and things like that. And hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, if you like this, and please do subscribe to us. Like I say, if you like this, I will do them more regularly, maybe not on a monthly basis, but maybe sort of every 6 weeks, something like that, just when I find things that I'm loving. Right, I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!